Hey, you guys. Welcome in. No, it's nice and quiet. Look at 2 minutes left. Hi, everybody. Oh, welcome, welcome. Welcome to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. All right. Welcome, my members. Welcome, my subscribers. All right. I'm going to get this countdown down and open up to see who we have here. Today's presentation is really just going to cover showing people how to really look beyond what they're being fed, right? It's to show people how to look at it, how to understand, and how to help bring justice to these children. Many a times I give my readings, I channel, I push my philosophy in order to bring justice to these children. Yes, I'm going to do that again today, but I'm going to be a little softer in trying to show you what happens when you look beyond what the media and social media, and especially YouTube creators, are trying to feed you. It's very interesting when you do look beyond their storyboard. On that note, Muffin Top is back with her wrench. Use a wrench when you need it. Rumple Long here, how are you? Another one of my members. Butterfly Spy, Nancy Hopkins is here. Wow, this is great. Sugar Bee, Sassafras. I love it. A1 Waite Street. These are my members that I'm, Sugar Bee, I said, these are my members that I'm welcoming separately because they're members. And then we have all my amazing Nancy Hopkins. I don't know if I said that you already. Then I have all my wonderful subscribers. We have Thumper in here. NW Love, how are you? GH White. C. All right. Cynthia, welcome. I think we have a new person. I see a Johnny in here. I don't know if you're a new subscriber yet. Oh, because your stuff was deleted. Maybe you're just not a subscriber. I don't know because I haven't looked in here yet. Okay, you guys. So there's a lot going on as far as Summer Moonwell's missing children. I'm going to close this part out here. And the Idaho 4. Summer Moonwells, for those that are new, leads the way for me, and she's a really amazing, incredible little spirit guide that has taught me much about myself and has taught me how important it is to use the gifts that are here for my purpose of helping be the voice of these children, right? Now, obviously we don't know if it's true or not true until we all pass over. I'm doing the best that I can to help bring eyes to the truth, and to the truth is how I see it, right? Everything I do falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, and I only could do the best that I can through what I am given Nothing has been proven true, and nothing has been proven false. The information in my presentation that I put forth is organized throughout the day when I'm given information. Last night, I don't think I slept because as I was about to close down, I was given a beautiful gifts of messages, and the messages was to start looking beyond the chaos around the photos, to start looking within the faces that are being shown to us, to start recognizing that the faces of the children that are being victimized, as well as teens, elderly, adults, the faces are shown and the faces are there for us to see. Now, no one is looking at them because the media, social media, is creating so much noise around it that we are missing the storyboard. We're missing the sadness. We're missing the fact that these people are staring you right in the face. So before I even started my presentation, I went back and I recognized that they are really there and they're strong. Summer Moon Wells Missing Children's Group, there's a group of them. They feel sad. They're feeling as if they're getting lost within other stories because the other stories that are coming up are not their age. And I am here to make sure that I know. Let me put it this way. I am here to make sure these children's faces are kept front and center, because it's the children that are being victimized along with the adults. They're there. They're all together. Just because Summer Moon is not being isn't in the spotlight like the Idaho 4 does not mean that we have forgotten about her. And it does not mean that her case has been detached to what's going on out there. Because it's very simple. It's all the same purpose. It's all the same people. It's all the same. The cases that I work on are all the same. Now, there's many different cases, and there's many other things going on out there where the children are victimized, taken, forgotten, sold, trafficked. There's a particular group that has a hold on the people that are doing this, and they are waiting for justice. So it's photos like this that are right in front of us, and they're right there in the water, and no one has shown these faces in a very long time. In a very long time. What they're looking at is the surface of the photo. It is up to the people that are watching here to look further than what you see, to look further into the details, to look further into the story that is being shown to you. The story that is being shown to you is not just a story of photos layered upon layered upon layered. These photos have they have a reason to their madness on how they're layered. I'm not layering them, you guys. I don't layer them. You know, some people come up here and say, oh, she's layering the photos, and oh my God. Well, do your homework. Don't be a lazy ass. Go look at my other photos, and you'll know, and watch my other videos of what I'm talking about. Don't be lazy. This is the story of our summer moon wells. The story of summer moon, her elements continue all the way through the Idaho 4. It is up to us to look beyond the confusion they're trying to create and the storyboard that YouTube creators, including particular news channels, are trying to tell you is right. There are particular news channels that have pictures out there that have the truth so crystal clear within the photo that's in front of their face, but it's really, really small in the corner, and yet they won't look at it. Those photos don't just all of a sudden, turn into photos. The photos begin to tell the truth as the truth is spoken like above it. That's what I do here. I speak the words of spirit above it. And what you see come through is the truth beyond a reasonable doubt through the spirit of who it's happening to. Nothing has been proven in the court of law. Nothing. Nothing's been proven true here. But when a child is laying like this and the elements appear and she's holding on to elements that show up inside other YouTube creators' videos, I have a problem with that. There are particular toys and elements that Summer Moon Wells shows us throughout my storyboard that needs to be pointed out because it shows up in other YouTube creators' channels. It shows up, you guys. There's no reason that the toy that she is holding should ever turn up in an adult's YouTube channel. The information that is showing up here is showing you the Summer Moon Wells missing children's sacrifice. It's showing you the story that is built beneath the photo they want you to see. The formula that I'm showing you allows you to see what I see in my third eye. I really don't know how that happens. I'm telling you the truth. But it's happening. And because they're showing the information, it proves to me, I know it's true. You know why? Because I already see it. I have already wrote about it a year ago. The little children that show up within these videos are tons of Summer Moon Wells. Not just one. There's another little summer moon in here. They don't want you to see her I see her. And I'm asking you guys to look. If, in fact, you want to believe that this isn't happening, you're on the wrong channel. If, in fact, you think this shit is bullshit and this isn't going on to the beautiful children of our world, you're on the wrong channel. I am here to show you how to open your eyes and see it. The people that are doing this have found a way to sell the information through chaos. But the problem is they're using the cookie cutter elements that prove to be shown in every sacrifice. This element right here, you guys, I'm going to show you is all over the Idaho 4 murders. It is the 3, the 5, the hearts. This is all over that guy's TikTok videos. This is all over the Idaho 4's photos. And let me tell you guys something. Whoever did those killings, or let me say this, whoever's involved in that stuff there are the same people involved in the Summer Moon Wells missing children. All of this showing up. All of this showing up on her back. All of this. All of it. All of it. This little girl is more than just one Summer Moon Wells. They have all gotten away with it because no one wants to look. I'm asking you to look and watch this presentation with an open mind, as if you didn't have an opinion. All you were doing is sitting in a classroom learning how to find it. Because this isn't bullshit, and I did not make these photos. These photos come straight from YouTube creators that have the story. Do you understand that this is what the Idaho 4 look like? This is what they look like. They don't want you to really see what they look like, so they hide it. But let me tell you something. There's no difference. This little girl here and this Idaho 4, one that was murdered, looks exactly the same once you look. This is a photo taken straight from the video of WFLA. All I did was take a corner photo. There is no difference. These adults, these babies, these victims are going through an extremely intense sacrifice. This is from WFLA, and this is Summer Moon. This is all the same. I would like to find someone who has the outlet to put this into a documentary and show the world what's happening. I'm not going up there saying, oh, I'm reading through my third eye. I've already done my third eye. It comes through every day. I live with it. This is the stuff that's going to bust open a case, not what a psychic says. Show them this. All they got to do is pull up WFLA information. Someone has to cover it. How much longer could they let it go? Seriously. Look. This is Summer Moon Wells. These are her photos. I'm just bringing you back to show you how this has been in front of us since day one. You guys have seen these photos of Summer Moon. There's the sticks. Those are the sticks with the hearts on it, you guys. They're in plain sight. Now, a year and a half later, I could line those up across every case I have covered. That stick with the heart on it are the same sticks that are found on the fisherman's boat, that are found inside, the trees and the gardens. The gardens. It's what it looks like. So those aren't new. These sticks have been used since the beginning of the Summer Moon, since the beginning of, before I covered this stories, way before I did. Those sticks are important. They're used. And that is, I'm showing you how the sticks have been there since day one. Day one. Nothing has changed. It has always been in front of us. Always. A year and a half later, not one channel, not one news outlet, not one social media, not one YouTube channel, nowhere is talking about elements that I have been showing for a year and a half. Now, those who don't know what I'm talking about, these are the sticks. This is the boat. This is the boat. This boat holds the sticks. It holds the machine. It holds everything. Here's the stick. Right there by the skeleton with the V. There's the machine. It's all here. Look at when you go back to Summer Moon Wells videos and photos, it's real important to turn them upside down. They use the reflection of the water all the time. If there's something reflecting in the water, just turn it upside down and you will get what they want you to not see. You'll get what you should see. Summer Moon Wells has spent so much time in the water. I have turned those pictures upside down, right? Look what happens. You see this? It shows you the story. These are really mean photos. All I did was turn it upside down. Let me brighten it for you a little. Ooh, when I brighten it, it's, yay. Here. Most of the photos you should turn upside down. So this isn't a new photo. It's a photo with someone with a stick through its head. But it's all the same. So as I'm starting this presentation, I'm showing you guys that it's as simple as that. And then what you will start recognizing is that the photos are all the same. They're all the same because it's a cookie cutter. See? That is our Summer Moon Wells. And I showed this long ago. I never thought in a million years it would be over a year and a half, and before you know it, it will be 2 years that not one media outlet gave a shit to cover. But you want to know what? They sit and they play very cloudy, difficult pictures of cars that are in the street that they say is the killer's car, and the car is not even on the street. It's on a goddamn, like, friggin' track. This is the summer moon that went missing. To those people who really do care, June 15th. I believe she went missing earlier. Doesn't fucking matter. This is her situation. This is what I've been trying to help bring justice to. And I am showing you how easy it is to look at it, to grab the information and match it up to the information that's consistently building with all of these other killings. Consistently. They're doing the same thing in the Idaho 4. I'm really interested to find out one day who is actually creating this shit. The information that is shown in the chaos of these photos is really quite interesting information. This here, it's like, you know what it is? It's like I'm hoping that my audience becomes aware and they awaken. And you guys awaken to the point that you start questioning the authorities that in which you believe run the country, or the media in which people think run the world. Whoever this is has the shit on her neck. Who is this? Why doesn't anyone see this when it goes on national news? Or why doesn't anyone question it? It's not even questioned. I think that's what bothers me the most. Is this shit isn't questioned and it's right on her neck. All I did was turn this upside down. This is Brian's sister. Well, she has the mask on her head. She has all this shit in her face. She's wearing the dark mask on the side of her neck. Doesn't anyone question what's coming out of her head, out of her mask? Does anyone question, like, what is that? Like, what is that? Other than the only other time you see that is in the car ride, in Brian's car ride with his father. That's where that shows up. Nowhere else but the car ride. That is what is on Brian's father's head. This. That's on his head. So the photo to the left will consistently show elements that murdered the Idaho 4. And what I'm going to be showing you is photos like this hold the truth to the story. For instance, you see this? That little clip with that person on it, and it's... See how there's like a fake chair, like a swing to the bottom of this thing? It shows all these weird things. Look at the truck in the back. That's the story, you guys. They should be able to take this information, and I am putting it out there that this guy on the swing is involved. That to me is a match, and wait, let me make it smaller. And it's really simple. If any of these creators would like to see something really cool and solve these cases, pay attention. This here, see how it's going in her face, is no different from any of the swings that we have been talking about. It's a swing. It has the same little jittery thing on the top. It's connected to a swing. It's going to match. I know so 100% this is going to match this, that it's insane. And they don't even come from the same video, you guys, so no one could say to me, oh my God, it's overlapping with the video. Well, it's not overlapping with the video. Nothing's changed. They're separate videos. What they're showing is they're showing their story. That's all. They're showing their story through the confusion and the chaos of the photos. But when you decide to only follow your elements, you're going to solve it in your own little world. This thing hanging, so I believe that this is on Maddie's face. This thing hanging on Maddie's face, like that, probably matches up with, let's see if I have it in here. Let's see. I have lots of photos of him in this presentation. Here's this thing hanging on his neck. Is this it? This maybe. All right, let me bring this over. This here, oh, it's kind of in that one. This here, what you see on her, all this white stuff, is what this dude has on his swing. It's the same thing. That's her. Those are her curls. That's her, you guys. And this fucker is getting away with it. And I do not believe that. This is more than Brian. This is her. And this is, I'm coming through my third eye right now. I am doing this through my third eye right now. This is her. And see that bar? You see that metal bar? Let me show you something. That metal bar will shine through. That metal bar this is in Kylie Rodney's case. That metal bar is the same metal bar just like this. This is the same situation. But this is Kylie Rodney. But this is the same situation. He has a thing with blonde-headed girls. This is her. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. It might be Brian, but it also might be a version of Brian. You see? It's her. I'm telling you. And this is the information no one's looking at. No one. The truck in the background, I'll get to. It's important. But what is happening here is what this is turning into is the A-frame, and it's turning into that swing, and it's all the same. And no one is using this information as part of trying to solve the case. They're not. But yet it is part of it. It's part of it. There is a fifth person. You guys, I'm going to show you that was murdered. Thank you to who sent this to me. You know who you are. I don't know if you want your name mentioned, but I thought that I would show this because I thought it was a phenomenal catch. So thank you very much. See how sometimes things are sent in. It's not part of my presentation, but I think it was something that I agree with and had to be shown. The body cam, Idaho, the student and this here Navy SEAL agent, they do look the same. They look like the same person, very much so. Now, the picture that he's holding is of his hands and so forth, it's a very strange picture. I'm not sure what's going on with his hands, but if anyone knows anything about these photos, I'd love to hear your opinion. I'm not really sure. I didn't look much into them, but they do look like the same person. I think what she was trying to do, and if you're in here, definitely help out. I think what you were trying to do is to show the same person showed up in two different situations. This is what his hand looks like, which is really weird. The one to the right is someone who showed up and had body cam. He's a law enforcement. But then the one on the left shouldn't be the same person, you see. And the one on the left talks about the crimes. Again, the photos that are shown, this comes clearly from WFLA, and these photos are really clear. Look at the truck. Right here is the exact same piece. Looks like this that I say is connected. Notice the wires going up to the building. See this? That is an added piece to the truck. I believe this is real, and I believe this is what is added. That is a garbage can dump thing. And then there's a flatbed. I think this is real, and that's how it looks when they do it. This section here, the maroon part, I believe is what gets replaced. It's like that little house, and then part of it's only has those two wheels. Like this is part of how they concoct this shit. And they could easily get these photos because they're on WFLA and they're really, really clear. See, these cars are like completely made up. She is sitting, this girl is sitting to me in the part of the back of the car. Here, let me show you. Wait. This part Here it comes. All right, let me crop it. This is the wagon. So she is sitting in the wagon. See? This to me is real. I don't know why it's in his photos, but to me this is the maroon, the green, the white. Like this is real. This is a real part. And if you look closely, she is sitting, and no one has noticed, you guys, it's so obvious. She's sitting on wheels. Do you understand? She's on a cart, in a cart with wheels. No one is talking about this shit. Look at. Right here are the wheels. Now, if anyone could explain to me how she's sitting in the back of a teeny back part of a car with little wheels, it's right here. Here's a cop. This is what should be on the news. This is what should be on the news. This here is what she's sitting in. Right here. Why doesn't anyone give a shit? That's a cop. She's holding on to that fake phone shit. That's a wheel. And she's sitting on the fake part of a back of a car. Yeah, and she's on a hospital gown. And there's a cop. And if you look in the left-hand corner, she is, this part is somehow what they did was split the screen. Whoever's making this stuff split the screen. That's on the right side of the screen. That's the maroon number 5 box. That maroon number 5 box is connected to the white box. I just showed it to you. So what she's doing is she's somehow leaning. Wait, let me turn it the right way. Yeah, that way. She's leaning against this. Whoops. It's like the getaway car. It's a getaway car. See? Hmm. I'm going to show you an example, and I'm going to pick Benny. Now, this is why I took more time putting my present. One of the reasons I took more time. These phones are a very big part of. See those phones she's carrying? That's the same phone that is used throughout every sacrifice we have looked at. These phones come with a bigger case. They get connected to other phones. So this was you could barely see it, but it's the white one in there with the maroon piece, right? The maroon piece is the part that you hold in your hand. And it has a smiley face on it. Okay? I'm not really crazy about these smiley faces. I'm thinking that whoever does the smiley face shit maybe should look at this. But Bennykeyz is the best one to show how these phones are used. One day, I would only like one person to show their face on my channel. I would only want one person for me to look into their eyes, and that would be Bennykeyz. I want to know who the real Bennykeyz is. I want to know who is the real Bennykeyz. Out of all of the YouTube creators, stations I watch, all the chaos I watch, even Jody Sue and all these people, he's the one that I'm intrigued with the most to see what he looks like, to look into his eyes of the Bennykeyz that we know of. Because there's some sort of a super connection that he's really, really easy to read into in a way that I'm not saying psychically at all, because I could really only do things that connect to the children. But I would just want to know who the real Bennykeyz is that we know of. Because I already know that there's other ones that play his role. But it's so funny. They're just not good at, like, if you're any psychic, you know that there's other ones of his, because there's different personalities. One is lax and giddy and just making money where he never thought he'd be making this money doing this. And there's other, like, worker bees. I want to see that's the only one I would bring up on channel, on panel. And it's not to talk about the case. I don't care to talk about the case. I know everything about the case. It's to see really who he is. And so then I can then visualize and put them all in their separate spaces. I have them in their separate spaces, but I want to know which is the one that shows up the most. Because all the equipment used, all the information used, elements used, all show up in his phones. And he is getting, because he's doing it so freely and completely without care that thinking anyone's going to bust it open is interesting to me. See, like this. This picture here is in his phone. Now, I just showed you that stick with the heart, and I just told you that that is what shows up in the Summer Moon Wells children's photos. It's part of the sacrifices. So, if in fact you're going to show this stuff, I'm going to keep pointing it out. That is no different than this stick. Let me turn it. This way. Here. So whatever's going on in here is a sacrifice. That's this stick. Okay? And what's around her head and her hair and her neck is exactly what I just showed you, or that's around the Idaho 4 killings. Right? So that's why I'm curious, is because it's all the same information being shown so clearly as the elements. I want to know who the real Bennykeyz is. Because you have the most information. You do. Because this photo of whoever is going through this sacrifice, again, is no different from what's happened here. Now, what I would like the authorities to realize is the cars, the white truck is always shown. The pickups are shown in the back of these photos because there's about 4 layers to the phones. There's 2 phones within the phone, you guys. So remember how we saw Summer Moon Wells in the car? No different. They did it like this. There's different phones. It's called layering. Phone number 1 is this one. Phone number 2, phone number 3, and then it keeps going. The deeper layer of the phone you get, the more disgusting this shit turns. And the more expensive it is to view. Until, wait, let me plug this in. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Just like, well, that's the problem we had with Summer Moon Wells is phones. There were lots of them. Lots of them. So this phone is showing location, information that matches the Idaho 4. If you even look closer into the phone in the middle, I showed you guys the Idaho 4 had the same door, white door with red trim in the room of the killing. What you see here It's a sacrifice room. The bar that you see up top is the same bar with the V that guy in the room discussed the Idaho 4 killings. The information that is given within these phones is is so stupid to the person who did this. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, it could just go on so long. It could go on just so long where the authorities just can't keep turning their heads. And that's because it's just so obvious. It's too obvious. Like, I don't know how much longer they could turn their heads. That red door and that bar and that thing up on top of this here, you might as well say the killer was in that room. Do you see this? See the bar on top? See the room? See the bars? The white bars on top? You guys. Like, really? Look at this. Well, and not to mention the picture all the way to the right was in one of those phones, and this here like, you know, you used to play that game, which one doesn't belong. There they are again. Hanging. I just showed you how they all hang. They hang. So it's really important to look at the details within these phones. This is what he's showing in his phones. His finger right here is pointing to two girls that are hooked up the same way as the Idaho 4 kids. Could somebody please tell me why this is okay? Why? Why? Why is this okay? That's why I want to know which Benny is the true Benny. And I want to know who's putting these pictures out there. And then showing the getaway cars. For all, I don't know if that's what it is, I'm assuming. Those phones are the exact same phones that are used throughout the Idaho 4 murders as well. They have the same information Those two little white dots even show up during the car. They all have the same equipment. Whoever these people are have the same equipment. What Benny has in his hand is the number 5. It just happens to be blue. Is the same equipment that is in the hands of the Idaho girls. Now let me, obviously everything's allegedly, right? And I have no whatever proof or proving guilty or not guilty. I am doing this under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Why? It's to help find the missing children. That's what it's for. This machine that we see here in the bottom left-hand corner, we've been looking at inside most, if not all, the fake cars. There's the number 5 box. It's usually white on the outside, not silver. I show this to you in white with a white rim. This is the little teeny machine. Here's her number 5. Same phone that showed up in the fake video of the car. So, sorry to be picking on him, but man, he gives great information. So, I don't know what this is exactly, but it looks to me as something that could be used in this thing. Because the front is open. It's a really weird thing. Benny. So, that's why I say, who are you? This is a different Benny. I feel it right here. This is a different Benny. And I just really wasn't comfortable with the jacket you had on. Now, I would like to know, which Benny is this? Who is this? Is that the same Benny that showed up here with the cops? Like, who was that? Or does that jacket match this jacket? Right? These are things to think about, you guys. Because the cars here that are being shown are not normal. There's stuff in them. There's stuff that's built inside of them. Looking at this, I could only give my opinion and tell you that I'm very uncomfortable. That I'm really not quite sure what anyone is thinking when, you know, within the authorities, that they don't notice this shit. Like, I thought there was FBI working on this shit, like, around the country. There's so much going on in this car. This car is holding the elements, you see. This isn't a normal car. And if anyone wants to come up here and fight me on this, I'd love to see your eyeballs. Like, what? Like, seriously, you guys, what the fuck is this? Like, you guys, that's the equipment. Built in the car. I'm pretty sure it's all here. I am pretty sure. So, I am not really here to nitpick and find exactly everything that's in this picture. What I'm telling you, let me do this. Is anyone that wants to see the truth within these fake cars, rip this sucker apart. Seriously. So, Plunder, whenever she shows these cars in front of the Idaho 4, the front of the car is always missing. The strangest thing. Look at the front of the car. Forget the fact that it's a smiley face. Let me show you what they make that to be. They make that to be. Wait, let me see if I have it in here. Oh, wait. Wait. Where is it? Here. That, it's like they're not really quite sure what to do. Like, that's the front of the car, which we all know is not the front of the car. But then it's also this. See? Cars are used, guys. Here's our friend. Now, for those that don't know, this video of this guy's video followed Kylie Rodney's party night in the TikTok. The information that he has in these TikToks are very, very close in information as these killings are. Now, I don't know him, right? I know his face changes and so forth in the video, yada yada. But I probably have no right talking about him, but his videos hold information very well and very clearly. Here's what I'm talking about. The party that was held the night of Kylie Rodney's killing is on either side of the photo that's in the middle, right? It's for that girl Betty. I don't know who that is. And the middle one is the video that follows that party's TikTok video. His information in his video is so similar to both the Idaho 4 killings and Kylie Rodney's that it's insane. Well, and of course, Summer Moon Miles Missing Children. Notice what's on under his arm. So I'm going to try to show you things that can't get like covered or whatever you want to call it. Right? Here. What's under his arm, and forget what's on his door. Let me brighten it up. What's under his arm is the same element that shows up in the window of the car in Kylie Rodney's video. Now, someone should give a crap about that, right? I would think so. Let me brighten this. Let me show you. Now, this is under his arm, so you can't you can't make this all of a sudden in a car unless it's in the car. This is under his armpit. Under his armpit, he has the same thing that shows up in the car that's within the video of the party. Guys are following me? The little teeny heart that shows up so perfectly on the side is the same heart that's showing up in the middle. Whoever this guy is knows a lot of information. Are you guys following this? So, the picture to the left is supposed to come from the party, right? Now, the picture to the left, I keep telling you, it's the same room, the same red door, blah, blah, blah. Right? So, wait a minute. Grab this. Okay. So let me just point something out. Okay. The people to the left are from Idaho 4. The one to the right is the guy I'm following. Now, here you see the doorway I'm talking about. This doorway. Okay? So I think it's all the same doorway. Blah, blah, blah. This guy to the left, to the right, is from a completely different case. To me, they are all matching in so many ways. Like this. The middle photo is from TikTok from the Idaho 4. When I look in this room, all I see through my third eye is the guy's room on either side. The guy's video that followed Kylie Rodney at the party. The middle photo are the Idaho kids at a party. I want you to notice the purple lights that go up the wall, the white room, the white door. And notice by looking closely that the person in their TikTok has a mask on his face. And so does he. I think there is such a massive amount of information. Thank you for those ones that call for the authorities to pay attention. I think that this information is super important. Super important. Wait, I'll get back to this picture. When I kept saying, the Idaho 4 is standing in the same space and going up the same stairs as this guy, this is what I meant. Now, the one to the right is slightly covered over each other, right? It's slightly covered over each other. So don't forget that the one to the right is all Kylie Rodney. Because you may be looking at that saying, oh, that's the Idaho 4 group standing on their balcony with all their friends. It's not. But yet, the photos are all interchangeable. That particular photo with them standing there, this might as well be all the same photo. You guys, it's all the same place. This here are the Idaho 4. This here is Kylie Rodney. That there is what you see blending into the party that they say was at the beach. I say bullshit. I say Kylie Rodney's was inside at a location like this. You take a look at him sitting up in the ceiling. This photo is the same as the Idaho 4 photo. There is no way in hell this one should have anything the same. You want to know why? It's different fucking murders. This here is the Idaho 4 photo they use in every circumstance. The guy in the middle, you guys have to grab this. The guy in the middle photo comes from the TikTok video that follows the Kylie Rodney party. When you pair them together, when you pair these together, if I were the FBI and I saw this, I'd be looking at my team going, bingo. It's the same ceiling. They have the same information. It's the same fucking ceiling. It's the same. Do you see what's going on in the Idaho 4 murder ceiling? It's the swing. They're in the basket. This here, he is sitting on the top layer, looking down into his swing. And let me tell you something. That is Maddie. That is who he had the big crush on. In the beginning of his video, he's saying, look what happens when my crush comes to my apartment. Right? You get the swing. Let me get the swing. Let me see. Got it. So here's the swing I just talked about. You see what's going on in here? See how she's holding on to a swing? He's up here. So he should be holding on to those pieces. There is your swing. And let me tell you something. There's little faces up there. This is your swing. And up here, there's little faces. You guys, do you know how frustrating it is when I know that this shit was like sitting here watching Dateline? It was not easy. It's just not easy because it shows all this stuff. Wait, let me... This here, do you guys see this? These kids on top? Oh, this is too big. It's right up there. Wait, let me take a screenshot and I'll put it up because I don't have the patience to. And there's the smiley face. You guys, this is we're coming into something that's really, I feel, really important. Like, I feel something is so big in here that I really hope someone takes us on. This is what's in the ceiling. I'm telling you, there are at least 5 people with them. It wasn't just the 4 of them. Wow. You guys, this is a lot of people. That's them. Up in the ceiling, yeah, there's a baby. There's a baby. And this guy's information is really matching. You know, there's the R, these are the letters, and there's the 5. It says 2022. So now that we see that that picture is really the same, their faces are the same, and what he has on his face, you guys, that like thing on his face is very common. And the one in the middle holding the green little head, these are really crazy. The guy in the swing turns into that. His eyeball sticks out. But when I see that, I already know what it is, and this is what one of the victims looked like, and he puts bad magic tricks. What you see to the left, to the right, is that family I follow. I'm going to keep following them. The family I follow, when she goes in the water, she winds up with this stuff on her head. But all of these photos that you see here, like that's her with this machine stuff on her. Doesn't she look familiar? So this photo is from the family that I follow's family vacations. Okay? But look at this. What she's showing is the same information as that guy. She has the same stuff on her as that guy does. This is a match to me. I mean, like a real match, like a really good one. 2 different videos, 2 different people. They have the same stuff on them. Kylie Rodney's to the right, to me, has that same stuff, and they also have that same cylinder going on. See how Kylie Rodney's in her cylinder there? That's her in the cylinder. You want to believe it or not. She's in the same cylinder as, Summer Moon winds up in. Let me color it a little differently. Maybe you'll be able to see it. Sharpen. Okay. This is Kylie's cylinder, because this is Kylie's video. Okay. So this guy over here is looking into his own cylinder as well. But they all have the same stuff going on. The guy, look at that. The guy, what he has on top of his thing is what I was trying to show you. Let me go back to Benny's phone. Um, Phone? Oh, here it is. See that this guy has the same stuff. Remember, I'm like, oh, he's got the stuff that I always see in the phones. Here, I'll be able to show you. That's what Benny has on his phones. See? That's what I. That's what I'm always trying to show you guys. It's the same track. There's like a track. See? It's just. It's a track. So here she is, and she's always looking like this. I do believe that this station could give really good information to help solving the case. The case is. But while I wait for them to maybe hand their stuff over, I just take photos. And they've, oh, look at that, really pixelated. It was a kid in one of those things, so I was trying to show you how they're parallel. But his photo really pixelated. Same thing. These little things with the wheels. So I like to bring information together as one. The one to the left is from their family's photos. The one to the right is from Kylie Rodney. And when you look past the chaos, you see the whole entire story. The whole story is actually inside that photo. There are certain photos that really stand out and tell the story and help tell the story very well. The information that it's showing, let me zoom into a few things. This would be one of them. This here is very symbolic. That's one of them. Another one would be this middle area. I don't even know where to cut it. Here, I'll cut it here. It's hard to cut it somewhere because the story is coming together. Because this is telling Kylie's story. So I can't rip it apart right now. It's so interesting. It is very parallel to the picture I put it with, which is interesting. You could now see, oh wow, I don't know if you guys saw that before. Notice the white car on top and on bottom. Yeah, I'll flip it. There's like 3 other cars in there. Let's see. I think this was what Kylie's card looked like when they took it out of the water. That's upside down, obviously. Let's see. Yes, see how they're different cars? Let me blow up the other one and turn it this way, maybe. Maybe it's this way. Oh my God. There's so many different cars. What kind of car is that one? See, it's a different kind of car. Are they chained to the bottom of the car? You see that? The bottom? See, that's what I'm saying. You have to pay attention to these photos. They're very insightful. Very insightful, right? So, yeah, I thought it looked like a BMW too. For those who didn't see Madison's photos that appeared on her Facebook, it said there's 6 8 photos, but I'm not friends with her. So these are the 4 photos that showed up. One of them stood out like a sore thumb, and it looks like no one else it stood out like a sore thumb for. So I looked at it super closely, right? The photo that shows up in the car that no one noticed, and that also matches that boy's. They both have that little teeny heart, as if these faces matched. It's the way that the small little symbols are placed, you guys, is what I want you to notice. me turn it a little. Let's see. Now, this here. Now, even though we know the middle one is from Kylie Rodney, I think they're all pretty much interchangeable. Let me circle it for you. This piece here, these both, I put them together because to me they're the same. This piece here on this head, to me represents this. To me, these are both heads. But this is Kylie Rodney. And this is Maddie. I really, really, really feel as if this is just all the same. I'm not even, I really would like someone else to recognize that. This is how it happens to it when you turn it. This one's from the lake, from the party. Look at that, you guys. And I think that let me see how you turn it. Yeah. That these are the same thing. But this is Kylie's. But let me get that guy's that he's holding. Oh, I actually have it on the same page. That's so funny. I didn't know I put those together. Here's it brighter. I think this is what he's holding. Look what he's holding. Wait a minute, I just saw that. Shit, wait a minute. I have it. Oh my god, I think I have it in the Idaho 4. Wait. Oh, I do. I have it right here. In here. So that's his. I have it right in there. In this photo, yes. Hold 1 second, guys. My jacket downstairs in the pocket. Right here. Little head. No, I saw it somewhere else. Oh, wait a minute. Look at a couple things. Okay, this is too creepy. Wait a minute. I'll look at it while it's coming up. So, oh, here it is. This one here. So that's his. This one here reminds me of Benny's tattoo. That's what it reminded me of. It says it's Benny's tattoo, but I don't think he has a tattoo like this. So, very coincidental. These guys were in Moscow. I don't know who they are. Oh, that's what it reminds me of. It's right there. No. This thing here, it's hanging. What did I put it against? Wait. See that thing hanging? Wait, 41. Hold on. I may have put them together somewhere. 41. Because they're very similar. Do you see that? Wait, oh my God, you guys, I'm confusing myself. Wait. This here is a photo that showed up in Idaho 4. Now look at the top of their picture. Is Summer Moon Wells. That's like the photo. There's a man's face in there. See, they really don't pay attention. So this is page 41. They really don't. Because if they did, there'd be a lot more information that was being fed to them. Let me crop it. Right here. So those who want a closer look. See that face? But this is basically this is in all the cases. So this is another common element, right, that I've been showing. No, I had something I wanted to, this is all the same. I'm going to keep repeating myself. It's all the same. It's all the same. All right, let me look at her picture. Wait, I'm grabbing Kylie's for a moment, if I can. It's funny how things just start to break. Here's Kylie Rodney's cylinder. See, it's the same concept. That's Kylie right there. Right there. That's basically the same thing as this if I were to turn it. Like it has to be turned. Here. This way? No. Let's see. Edit, copy. Okay. So here's Kylie. We've seen Kylie like that. Same thing. Here. See the lines going in? So these guys, hello FBI, I think you should follow them. Tons of codes, you're right, Sassafras. There are a lot of codes that come through. These are the faces that show up in the back. I don't know, for all I know, they're YouTube creators, but it just happens to be there. All this stuff that they put on these guys' jackets, they seem all similar to me. This one to the left hand side actually is next to a white car. Usually the information that shows right at the edge or right down the middle is the closest to the truth. This is a white car here. Right here. I believe that there's another person, obviously. The guy, oh, that's where it is. The guy here has it on his door, the same information. Oh, here it says, when my crush finally comes over. And it's the same kind of a thing that's on his door is what you see to the left. I think all these people are together. I want you to see this as strange. See this? Again, these channels show the story, okay? This here mimics. This all comes from the Idaho 4, right? This mimics the story once again. To me, this is the same. You see this? So when I say this is the same more than once, understand that it's telling the story. And that when it tells a story, there's lots of pieces to the story, right? But here, it's telling the story. This is what it's doing. Trying to turn it the right way. Let's see, I think they want it this way. Let's see. This way. Okay, this way. Kylie Rodney left this photo up. You guys. Kylie left, there weren't a lot of photos that Kylie left up at all. This is very this is very interesting. So again, the other photos she left up were only these for people that weren't friends with her, right? Just these. The one in the fire isn't from her. It's from one of the channels that I follow. Right? And notice the little lights that are showing. Yeah, that's a person. The eye is lit up and everything is now maroon. This is a real place. See? It is very possible she left this photo on purpose. Because it's very, very much like the picture. So, the other day I put the picture up that's to the right. That was at Summer Moon Wells's vigil. I'd like to mix it up to always show you guys how these pictures really do stay the same no matter what case I'm talking about or where these photos get, inserted. Here it shows you that even in Summer Moon Wells they had the same masks. Totally the same masks. Now, I could line it up in, my goodness, every case, right? Probably pull this one in. The only difference is you could see his green shit. You can't, hers is white. I threw this in to remind you guys that these are very important to understand. The hearts, the A's, the smiley faces are very big, significant and important parts. This here is real. This person has this shit in his fingers. So branding and cutting and whatever you're looking at here isn't fake, and it's not deep faked. It's not deep faked. This is the stuff that we're trying to stop. This is the boat ride that I thought that Summer Moon Wells was on. Those are fingertips that were cut off. I'm pointing this out again. And I'm going to keep pointing it out. The truly information, this TRULY, shows up in way too many places. It shows its name and its information way too many times. How is it? I want to know. How is it that a 6-pack or whatever that stuff truly that's being knocked, emptied, I don't know, picked up to the left-hand side matches the truly in the windows where the murders took place? Why is that? Is this stuff in the affidavit? I mean, is this in there? Is this listed? This truly could be found in Summer Moon Wells. Take a closer look. The picture to the left was tampered with, and that comes straight from the police video. The photo in the police video with Truly was tampered with. You could see where they cut. This is where they cut the photo in and out. Someone, again, messed with the picture. I don't do this, you guys. Like, other people are like, oh, you messed with the picture. Someone put that in. That's cut. All that tells me is this section has something to do with what was put on the table inside the house where the 4 murders took place. This maroon, whatever's happening here, must be an extremely important part of the puzzle. Because this photo is so fake. This side gives a lot of information. They have numbers, 35. They have things written on here. And it shows up way too much. Then all of a sudden, this is what the windows look like where the 4 murders took place. There's a lot of hidden messages in here. A lot of hidden messages. The truly picture to the left, all of a sudden, the cops have blood on their fingertips. And they're pulling out a secret message. That's a secret message. Let me get, let me put my, magnifying glass on that. 55. Okay, 53. Or let's see. Okay, let me grab a picture. Yeah, there's a lot. Hmm. That's a number 35. Okay. Let's see here. I have no idea. There's a lot of messages in there. But there's no way that's a cop that has blood on its fingers. See all that info? The reason I put truly next to this guy is because the 35 shows up in his writing in his photo. Right here. This is a bingo card. 35. 35. Watch. I'll turn it for you guys. If you believe in coincidences, great. But in cases like this, I don't. Let me turn it. Oh, I'll turn it just like that. 35. Okay. Crop it. Where do you see this? Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay. So here's the dude that has nothing to do with the Idaho fort, right? So in his room there, on his baskets, show 35. And for some reason, this truly freaking thing has the same number. Why? These are codes. These are codes. $53,535. See that? I mean, crazy. I don't understand these people. The picture to the left is from the Idaho fort. What, that's Xana? And that's a dude in the middle. And whatever's happening to this woman is turning really creepy. So I'm going to show you a little closer. Number 55 underneath. Okay. Oh. Interesting. When you turn this shit upside down, there's your number 35. Do you see how all of this is the same? I know I'm like a record repeating itself over and over, but they really haven't changed it up at all. They really, really haven't. I mean, here's Idaho 4's. Is that white stuff on the head? Like, they really haven't changed shit. They haven't. I wanted to show you this because this is Amber. This is Amber. Amber Alert was named after her. I'm going to start peering a little closer to her information. They really, to me, I'm very curious and a little taken back by the thought of Amber Alert being created for these kind of situations. Now, the reason I say that is because of what I see and what I hear. So, this is Amber with her brother. The information's very strange. This is Amber with her girlfriend. And that's Amber on her bike that they said she went missing. I see a summer moon whilst missing children. And I would like to know if Amber Alert was named after her purposely. Amber is really not riding her bike there. Her arms are connected to a wooden log. Let me bring it in closer. I was very alerted looking at this. All of her photos seem to do the same thing. They tell a story outside of what we believe to be true. That's her girlfriend. Obviously she has something on her head. These photos are from researching into her family. This little doll this Raggedy Ann is inside, but the doll that's connected to the outside of the box is called Voodoo Doll. And if I'm not mistaken, the doll is connected to a number 5. I can't see, but this is also intrigued me very much so. I want to, not looking for guilty, not guilty. I'm looking to get the story. I'd love to get the story. right? I want the story of whoever has these photos. You guys, because it's the story I want told. Like, look at the guy to the right. Those are the number 5 boxes. Like, this is what it looks like. I want this person's story so badly. So, I know that this is the symbol, but this is symbol that I found within the family. Again, everything's allegedly, and it falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 because this is for entertainment purposes. The pictures that I found show me the Underground Railroad. These photos tell me the story about the Underground Railroad. So, I'm going to show you how this has everything in here. Whoever put these pictures up, I don't know, man. You're telling the story. And you're telling it very loudly with all the information in it that most people don't want anyone to know. By brightening this picture, shows you the elements, it shows you the faces, it shows you the faces that they like to have fly in the sky, it shows you the main face up top, it shows you the squares. This is the Underground Railroad. This is it. Everything about this photo is true. Welcome to Summer Moonwell's Missing Children Sacrifice Room. Those are the triangles. This is underground. I don't know who this person is, but this is your underground kill zone. And when I tell you that it's holding all the elements right back here, the back, those are your floating heads that they're always showing. You know, the different animals, they're right there. Party over. Those are your triangles. Those are your boats. What can I say? This is the lowest level in this game. This is the lowest level in this game. See how they're pulling? You know what they're pulling? I could tell you through my third eye. I want a really scary, fucked up, creepy story. I'm going to give you a story. My story is actually, I'm going to start like a podcast or something, or I forgot what it's called. I might tell you a story. He is lifting things up to the fake boats. This is the game, you guys. This guy's pulling the chains and helping the people above them. It's just like fake fishing. There's your A-frame. Your people above. This is what gets pulled up to the boats, you guys. I'm telling you. This gets pulled up to the boats. So when you see people pulling at chains and so forth, and people are connected to the chains, they're going up and down. Remember I told you they're being pulled? This is what they mean. They're being pulled. This is the location. I'm telling you. Whoever gives a shit. It's on top. That's the A-frame, you guys. Wow. Sorry, you guys, I'm looking at it as well. This is the operation. These are the operations. This is the gut of the operation. This is the gut of it. Wow. Here's our barrels. Hands are filthy. You guys, these are being pulled up. This is like, put it this way. This is being pulled up. You know, like there's people up there. This is the operation. That's a big ass barrel. This is like a mill, like an old Oh, where corn gets spit out of. They're using a corn mill old equipment in the corn, you guys. Ew, this is like the last step. This shit goes in the corn? The corn mill. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting a story. This is underground at a corn mill. This is it's a barrel, big barrel. It's a corn mill. I think these pieces get picked up. What I'm showing you here is they really could have gotten and picked it up from Candace, but in the video where they move everything to the left, it was there and then it was gone. This part is what was taken away. I think Tim Mullen moved it and took it. The maroon, the green, the white. This whole thing is gone. See, it's supposed to be over here, but it's different. This shifted. That part was taken from her land. Here's a closer look at the mill. I think when they show that this family is under there, it's representation of this part of the process. I think that the photos are taking the same space, they're just deep faked differently. Same process, same step, same steps. I'm going to show you here that Rosemary Bly has not been forgotten. Rosemary Bly was taken the same way that the people in front of you and these sacrifices took place. That's a picture of Grandis from one of her videos months ago. I went back, you know, when I first saw this photo like this, I'm like, oh, they're showing summer, you know, in a garden. This is actually Grandis showing her daughter showing us what happened to her. Just that matches all these other sacrifices is enough reason for me to place her within the same group. This is Rosemary Bly showing herself so she could get justice along with the rest of the group. Rosemary Bly's story is, you guys, it's identical to Summer's. They may have had different types of a path, meaning different experiences because of their age. The story that's being shown is the same story as Summer Moonwell's Missing Children. And this was when Grandis told the story of her daughter. It's going to keep getting brighter. See how it's changing? Rosemary, the Rosemary Bly of who we know is Rosemary Bly, is showing herself in the basket, in the well. I think that's a well. Here, always remember to look inside or on the reflection of the cars, to look at what is showing up in the reflections. Now you'll know if the reflection has anything to do with the case, because it's going to reflect something and show you something that there's no way is in front of them, because it wouldn't even reflect that way. These are cards that show information. What you see to the right, you guys, is an upside down car. It gives a whole, it shows the elements. It shows what's going on. Let me pull this one over. All right, I'll pull this one. The pictures that you see, I'm going to show you how I 110% believe that this interview was showing Kylie Rodney's sacrifice. And they did it with deep fake. It's very easy to do, you guys. It's very easy to make yourself look like you're somewhere else. Here, this car here is upside down, right? So whenever I would see this chick talking, Sammy, to me, she was just in this freaking car, the fake car. Let me turn it. I wonder if I have to turn it the other way. Do. Okay. Turn it. See if that would be better. Oh yeah, I'll flip it to the right. Okay. So all I kept seeing in my third eye was, how does no one see that this here is the same as that? So whenever I get a chance to show information like this, I do. Because that maroon shit underneath the car is fake. It's right there. I showed you that picture of one of the Idaho 4. The equipment still and will always look like this. That's the green, maroon, the white. For some reason, it's in the windows of the Wells bus. And then the one in the bottom right-hand corner is from Sammy's car. she shows that shit outside the window. Let me bring this up. So this, whatever, I don't know the size of it. I don't know if it's big, if it's small, but this is the equipment that I call the machine. And the Wells property that has, you know, their home with this bus shows these this equipment in the window. And this is the exact same machine that I showed you guys that was working inside. Oh, let me see which version this is. Oh, not now. Inside the window of the house. And I'll show that to you a little bit. Maybe. And the bottom right-hand corner is the equipment being shown, and so proud of it outside of Sammy's window in the car. The person in the tree. This close. Wait. Huh. So this here, I'm trying to show you that even if it's the forensics team that's showing information, or the police department, or who have you, look at it. The information and the videos are all being altered by someone who knows how to do it. Not all of them. I shouldn't say all. The stuff is created by someone who obviously knows how to use this this equipment. So, for instance, this is supposed to be the forensics team. Even if I were to say to the forensics team, listen, dude, they got you in uniform. They got the 5 hanging from your head. They put a mask on you, and they hung the green face on your body. Do you think he'd care? Or do you think he wouldn't care? Right? Those are elements. And they're in my top 7. I think that these are very important pieces of the puzzle. That knife in a well like that. I think the knives haven't changed in many years. They use the same one. This was very strangely put in there. I don't know whose it was in. Whose video it was in. Forgot. Oh. Hers. Okay, so this story I'm going back for just a moment. Always got to me because I believe full-heartedly that she is a Summer Moon Wells missing child, and she became victim to the same kind of a group. Madeline, I don't think there's no way that this was going to get busted open if in fact she fell victim to the same thing. Whenever they show her in the newspaper, and I've shown this before, her skin isn't her skin. It's It's like a second layer of skin, and if anyone would have noticed, should have said something, because newspaper doesn't do that. This little girl was brought to the same spot as all of the other victims. She has the same information. She has the same elements. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over them. I'm just going to be showing you information that I'm kind of focusing on in here tonight. Wait. This here is seriously the number one element. And she has it. And you see how now that has the green head on the front? Do you understand how much stronger it makes the story of what's on the top of these guys' whatever? Let me show you how it matches Madeline's. Wait. Madeline, who they have no idea what happened to, has this photo. I just told you that I believe this is where the children go. Madeline, which is one of the biggest stories in the world, element matches this underground railroad place. You see that? Now, if I were an FBI agent, I'd be all over this. Like, Jesus Christ, the flying shit. It's one of the biggest well-known cases in the world. I'm telling you, she's here. And here's your proof. It's right there. Oh, we don't have to talk about that. The other extremely strong piece of evidence was those red strings. Those red strings are throughout all the stories. All of them. They're the same strings. I have them in her in the last video, way more, showing a lot of them. I show them under her leg while they're reading books. These says call or kale or I don't know. This dude needs a looking at. So the video to the right, you guys, is from the car video of Brian being pulled over. Those little letters, they match something. Matt. See all these letters? they're coming all from the same source. The Idaho 4 have a lot of the same people that are overlapping. Here's an example of how they hold their phone, which isn't really the phone, and they create their own images. This is how the phone was held when they showed the car driving, which I still do not believe is real. Someone is holding a phone like that, whatever they're doing, left hand side to show the two of them laying on the couch. Interestingly enough, that's supposed to be the same photo that is to the right with the same information. But if you go in between frames of any of Plunder's videos, you get a really fucked up story. You get this. Wait, let me turn it and see if it... No. When you look at the picture to the left, that's supposed to be your truth. And really what's in there. The truth of the matter is, when you unpeel the onion, it looks like that. And that finger, it really goes like this. And that is not the photo it's supposed to be. The photos and all that shit were all falsified. That's how I see it. Because the truth to me is what's on the right hand side. And what you see on the left hand side is just bullshit. It's bullshit. There's no hand on the top. You see that? This is this photo. That is that finger. It goes, you see those dots? Goes like that. So that's a fake photo. This is real, and whoever is in this photo is real. And that's the name of the game. This is what's going on. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. See, this also is so fake. Remember I showed you that phone, the white phone with the two dots? This is what they're doing. It was just not real. I mean, this wasn't real. There's no other way of putting it. Here's hers. Her phone in her black case or whatever. And all those big white dots. But hers is turned. Oh, so is that. And it's reflecting on a different phone. This is taken from the family I follow years and years and years and years ago. And I wanted to show you how all of those shoes, it's the same colors, a lot of the same equipment, and it's worth showing because the things that I see in these pictures really, really have stuck. They've stuck. I don't know how they make things look so crazy. I already showed this to you. I believe this is all one place. I already lined up the ceiling. It's the same. Oh, I wonder. I bet these faces match up. Let me. Oh, I hate when I see. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, I think it's that guy's. Poor dude. Don't even know him and I'm picking on him. Hopefully you could handle it for the sake of the missing children. Seriously. So important. My God, such gross, ugly photos I showed tonight. Wow. It's a lot. Okay, here. This. Paste. See, this is what I mean. It's all the same place. See how those guys are, they say they're standing in the parking lot? All that matters is that the elements match. I hope they look into this guy, you guys. I do. I showed this so many times. So what I want to show you is the lining on his jacket could be anything. You know, it could be the lines from the police. Could be the lines from someone who's wearing the same shirt. Benny is next. If anyone watched Benny's live, did you guys see that this was on his map? Are they saying that's where summer is? Are they? I want to know. It's a pretty big map. It's got 5. It's got lots of information. So I just want to end tonight's on showing you some photos that match up with my I would like to know who the real Benny is. I would like him on my show so I could see your face and have everything hooked up on my side with the people that I know to confirm everything that you're saying matches and that I have the real Benny. I would be doing that for the sake of the missing children, you guys. I don't put anyone on panel. I would be doing that to help find the missing children because I feel as if I could plug in. I think I could plug in real easily if I have the right Benny. I do. These are his photos. This is last night's live. Something's going on. This isn't Benny. These are not his tattoos. This isn't him. This cannot be him. He is covered in Summer Moonwell's missing children's tattoos. I would like to know who this is. I would really like to know who this is. I would like to know whose head is being smashed into concrete. Whose head is being smashed into concrete? The photo to the right is the little girl that was murdered in California. It looks just like this on your laptop. That's the little girl that was taken by FedEx. Killed, they say, by the FedEx man. On your laptop, if you were to open it right now, Benny, open your laptop. This is the little girl that was brutally murdered. Why does your photo look like that? This is, I called it once, I'm calling it again. I'm telling you right now, there were 3 people, if not 4 people in the car who are involved in the Idaho 4 killings. This was supposed to be a photo of them in the car on WFLA's channel. If you have nothing else to do tonight, go to the video, one of the last videos, and open your phone up. Watch it from your phone, but hold the cursor down and only pay attention to the little squares on the bottom of your screen. Your mind's going to be blown. Your mind's going to be blown. So do it on anyone's. Do it on Benny's. Open up the phone. Go to play anything that I mentioned. Push down on your cursor like you're going to move it forward a little bit, and hold it down and only watch the video that's in the little teeny pictures. And take screenshots. So in order to take a screenshot, you have to hold it down, and then with your other hand that's holding the camera, take a screenshot and look at it. You're going to get everything that I'm showing you. Everything. You'll see it all. It's not hard. These are just what I got from WFLA. He's obviously not doing it. It's in the corner of his video. These girls are showing the little panda faces with the hearts on their eyes. You know, I don't really know who's who. Like, for me to be like, oh, is she really the one who was murdered, or did someone else get murdered and she left the country? Because I don't know who she is really. Like, I don't know. Like, when I always say, well, the person who was murdered is the person that we believe to be Maddie or we believe to be Xander. We don't know. I don't know any of the people that die. It's like I don't know anyone, even if they're real. These are the girls. She has one of those big, large number 5 maroon things on her neck, right there in the photo. No one talks about it. And then one to the left, they're doing one of those finger signs. These girls are dealing with the same people that everyone else deals with. I think it makes them money. I think that the world allows it. And that's what's going on. Again, these are photos that come in the little teeny corners of WFLA. They don't make sense. They don't match the girls that died. They don't match the information that's in the news. They don't match anything that he is saying. If you go to these stories, hold your cursor down and take snapshots of what shows up in those little photos, is a completely different storyboard than is being talked about. It isn't the same. It's like when is someone going to even acknowledge the truth? That's what's happening. And it's not that it's covered up, you guys. You guys could take snapshots and look at it. It's right in the open. It's right in the open. Like, why is this lady doing this next to bloody stuff on the ground? She has a mask on her head. Is this for real? She has one of the green masks on her head next to one of the bloody things that have letters on it and telling a story. It's telling a code. It looks like the part of the car that gets put in the fake car. That's what it looks like. But how is it that this could be on WFLA? I don't get it. Like, how is this put on there? And it's giving a story. It's doing code. Look. I mean, and that's one of the green freaking masks with the number 5 on the side with the, look at that, with the little thingy. No one's talking about it. That girl right there in the picture and down on the left-hand side doesn't even look like the girl who died. It resembles her. There's someone in the back. There's a 5th person with the mask on their face. See that? So, who's telling the story that everyone's listening to? Because I'm not telling a story everyone's listening to. I'm telling a pretty solid story. But This is WFLA's news. This isn't even my news. I'm showing you what's being put out there, and I'm telling you that no one is listening. And I'm kind of getting a little freaked out, a little bit, that no one cares. Like, that's not her, you guys. That's not the girl who died. Look, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. With those big brown eyes and her face, what their faces look like, doesn't even look like them. Nothing. So who's in the photos? Seriously, you guys. Who are all the people being murdered? Who are the people being murdered? There's someone behind them. There's someone between them. This isn't even a photo that is out in the public. It's hidden in between WFLA's frames. Watch it. It's not her. I'm sorry. And there's someone behind them with a mask. Don't you guys want to know why this is happening? It's probably the guy in the red hair. But this, you know what's so crazy? It's really not secretive. And no one's doing anything. No one's doing anything. It's right in WFLA. That's a green mask. There's no getting around it. And here's Brian coming out of the jail, and this is what WFLA shows. I don't understand where this came from. Why could he show this and no one else talks about a skeleton coming out of the jailhouse with him? Why is that there? Come on, dude. Why is that there? Seriously. Why are we looking at that? Why are we looking at this? Coming out of the jail. All you guys have to do is hold your finger down and watch the video. It is crazy. Watch all the videos. Every one of his does this. They show the story, you guys. They show the whole story. Look at. She is not holding a dog. This is WFLA's version of what's happening. This is WFLA's version. Because the version of this can be found by holding your cursor down and watching it on your telephone. Take screenshots. Who is this? Who is this? Never seen it. She's holding a teddy bear or something. But it's on your channel, and I hope that you figure out why it's on your channel. It would be amazing. Amazing. And look at them. Right? She's holding a teddy bear. These are your girls. These are the 3 girls, and I call bullshit. I call bullshit. There's someone behind them. I feel like there's this secret story that is not being told. Their smiles in these photos are different and feel completely different than the other ones. I look at these smiles in their eyes, and I hear a whole different story. I hear that they're not dead, is what I hear. So I'm not saying that the Idaho 4 didn't die and there weren't murders. What I'm saying is the people that I know that are in front of me right now in this photo, which could be deep faked, are alive. So I'm not saying that, they deep fake shit, you guys. This photo here to me is the most real photo that I've seen. I feel like it's not tampered with in the sake of their being hurt, should I say. Because this is what it's showing me is there are other people that are being sacrificed and not them in this photo. Again, let me preference. We don't know who these, I've never met them. So I feel like this is a photo of other people being sacrificed and not them. Maybe, it's doesn't mean they're alive. Their their message. Just look at their eyes, you guys, and you could hear it. You don't have to be. I don't think you have to be any bit of medium to see that this is different. So whoever's in this photo, if anyone ever hears my videos, these 3 people we're looking at are not dead. Look behind them, you guys. Look at the machines and what's going on behind them. That's who's dead. Yeah. Let me show you just a close-up real fast. Now, I'm not saying that the 4 people are dead. People died, but I don't know. There could be 3 men under these girls' pictures, and they're just superimposing these girls over their faces. And this is just entertainment purposes. I'm not saying, see whatever's happening back here. Now, I'm not saying that's her, you guys, right? The real people behind these eyes are very much alive. So the only one who's going to know if I'm right or wrong are the people doing it. So I am going to call it a night. That was a nice long one. I didn't even realize it's been over 3 hours. You guys, I really hope justice comes soon. and these connections here are spread the information. There are a few connections here that could really make a difference because you could see and feel them, and they match pretty damn well. I like the one that has the little, I think it's a dragon on top of the A-frame. That's a that's a very good match that needs to get to the authorities. Like, that's a good match for them. I don't bring them stuff that is, well, they know I do, so I shouldn't even say that. That's a good match. That note, I'm going to be signing off. Let's end with Summer Moon's photo. Let's see. Oh my goodness, Summer Moon. She's under here. I hope everyone enjoyed this live. It was good. It really covered, I think, a lot of information. Okay, this one. Let's get them out of here. Even though she looks so sad, I need to end it on her. Let's see. Is this her? Oh, her siblings. Oh, this is pathetic. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Muffin Top. I don't think Judy was here. Thank you to my subscribers, my members, and for supporting my channel. It's very helpful. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. It makes a difference. And on your way up, on your up, on your way out, thumbs up would be fabulous. I will see you all and talk to you all tomorrow. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night, you guys. Bye-bye.